you can see, the reason why we are here, and the topic for today is green project management at the workplace. The name seems to be probably confusing, green project management, but when we talk about the video, what we meant is about sustainability. So my topic that I want to talk to the group today, and for the people whom already request, is on what we call corporate responsibilities and sustainability reports. We know that more and more the request for people to report more better reporting, more transparencies, more corporate governance is all because people are very afraid of the changing environment. More and more people are questioning. So my role today in introducing green project management, because we know sustainability starts from the project. So if you have a project in your workplace, this is where the element of sustainability will come into place. So let me give you a little bit of introduction of what we talk about today on sustainability in my, let's say, half an hour, because after this, my guest of honor, Brian Pregnell, will definitely give you more update on what he has been trying to do for the last 2 years, being a trainer for GPM, and how he sees the progress as tremendously developed on the need for more sustainability reporting. When you know the recent trend, the new sustainable business, we talk about whether it's entrepreneurs or corporate companies, be it NGOs, people talking about sustainable business. And what it means is that we want to understand to what extent the business is going to impact the social or the environmental. And everybody, yes, the existence of every business is because of profit. Everybody wants to make profit. But to what extent the profit that we are making is creating a social impact, or is it creating a negative impact to the environment? So the word sustainability that we want to share here is we want to make sure that companies can do a very good corporate responsibility and sustainable reporting to the extent that everybody will then enjoy whatever there is to be enjoyed as part of our environment is concerned. So when we talk about corporate responsibility and sustainability reporting, why it is important is because more and more, whether it is the bank, whether it is the funder, the stakeholders, whether it is the consumer, or the family of the consumer, they are all asking for better understanding about why is the company allowed to do such things, or why is the company in existence, or to what extent it is going to be more and more profitable in the long run. So all we want to do is that all the listed items down here is very much for us to understand that it is just not a standalone exercise. It is an interactive exercise. So the group that we are talking day by day, be it graduates, be it corporate people, we are talking to them regarding what is the role of the people in the company in maintaining a sustainable business. So we talk about sustainability, we want to make sure that does it go in line with the corporate responsibility or in line with the sustainability development, which there's a big call for all of us to play a role. So international program that we want to embark in the journey of what we have here, you can see here, Green Project Management Award and everything, it has already been in 145 countries. It is not something new. It is already in existence. But to what extent we are really taking it into our mainstream, that is what we are concerned about. So here, we can understand that all these 5 elements, whether sustainability is important to us, it is a question that we ask, as what the video says. Why not? Why not now? Why are we not concerned? And why is sustainability important is to answer all that. Second is, how do companies add more value to the existing profile? Companies are struggling to be competitive, struggling to be telling more and more regarding what they do and what they don't do. So to what extent their reporting on sustainability can add value. And this is the angle, the niche angle, which we are trying to portray, where newcomers, new graduates, be it for new businesses, they have to find that extra niche on to look at sustainability as a better reporting for marketing purposes. Okay? So how can sustainability report help to market companies' promotion activities? More and more we are getting global. More and more we are working overseas. More and more people are trying to adopt good values. We are not trying to adopt good culture, but corporate culture which adopt good values, and this is where the social responsibility has come into the corporate governance. So what type of profile that has got the highest sustainability ranking? I think all of us wants to go higher and higher in terms of how we want to achieve our KPI. But how many have looked at this as a KPI on sustainability ranking? A lot of time, the KPI is being adopted to look at profitability. I want to increase profitability. But how many of the companies that are in existence now are looking at building their KPI as making it to be more known as reaching a higher level of sustainability? I think that is where we are trying to loud our message across. We have the tools. Now, how can we, if we care about the environment, we care about the company, we care about the world, how can we adopt these tools to be embedded into our daily practice? So it's a practice that I want to share about. So in terms of why sustainability is important, I think all of us can Google out what is sustainability. And I'm not here to lecture about it. I'm not here to tell you what is not and what is. All right? So this is very much already explained by the video. So the pictures in the videos explain what it is in terms of the human at large are highly responsible for the element that we have destroyed. We cannot say it's the animal that destroyed it. We cannot say that the trees that destroyed it. It is the human factor that destroyed it. So we cannot go on denial. 40% of the earth resources cannot be replaced back to whatever that we have gained. So it is the selfishness of human. When we want to take something, we refuse to find an alternative way on how to give back to the environment. And so these are the tools which we are not taught in school. And this is where green project management has been one of the leading curriculum now adopted by our United Nations to have it in the university, to even have it in the primary school, to even have it even in the kindergarten, because it is something that has got to be institutionalized regarding as an education or practice, not as a certification only. So we are here to look about this is what we are facing every day, and we cannot deny this. It happened to us once already in a year, every year. We are on masks. We put on masks. People start selling us the most expensive masks because we think we can protect ourselves anyway. And we're trying to find a way on to solve the carbon emission. And we're trying to make sure that whatever trees that has been planted can be replaced back in the fastest period of time. And what more, with a high number of cars on the road, to what extent pollution can be reduced. So all these issues need to be addressed. So we need to be having the right reporting again. Reporting regarding how we want to make our existence playing that sustainability factor of giving back. So the element of, will we even have next time, this is a big question. All our food are contaminated and we complain because the doctor will give a wrong prescription. It's actually the food that we take, the resources that we have been enjoying all this while has got contamination. And if we ignore this issue of sustainability, it's not only for ourselves, our future generation and the future generation is very much going to be affected. And I don't blame, I have a grandson, my first one, and in my family life, we don't have eczema. And all this while is all because, it is because of the environment that the infant is being put into. So, we're talking about this kind of unknown diseases, which is coming out more and more. The population, the number, the statistics increase. But are we going to ignore these statistics by just saying that we are just trying to find a way, do more research? The answer is in the sustainability and development. And we cannot be selfish about this. So people are throwing, there is a lot of penalty clause. If you do something wrong, you will get caught and you will pay for it. But to what extent, those has been very effective. And a lot of it is going to destroy our own profit margin when we behave ignorant. So, we talk about corporate responsibilities. We all listed out all the right answers. But to what extent it is able to provide a better solution to give back, and this is where a lot of suggestions talk about sustainability, replacement, and we talk about more in terms of recycle, reduce, 3R, whatever. But this is just some of the way on how we want to do it. But a lot more has not been practiced in the manner that it should be. Maybe people are trying to go into the same field. And this is where the reporting about to what extent you are ranking yourself to be sustainable and having a KPI that will prove it that you showed your effort. So by saying I plant a tree at the back of my house will not mean anything. It is so much the corporate reporting. So we are here to look at the active noises that will come to us. And you know more and more the NGOs and the active social movement will come in. The last part is sustainability professionals. I like this word because you know what? More and more people will start to be professional in identifying themselves as sustainable or sustainability professionals. And they will come in to introduce, be it barriers or incentives, or they will come in to bring in more hardship. So this is something that we say we cannot ignore. We may ignore it later or the last 10 years, but I think for the next coming 10 years, they will play an active role on putting a stumbling block if we not follow the regulations. So what is important is to follow an international regulation, not just a local regulation. When we talk about international regulation, it means the people who are already putting out the standards. So United Nations has already come with the standard on what exactly the items that they want to see as having active involvement or active reporting. And there are 17 items that have been listed out. Yeah? And the 3 pillars embedding the sustainability element are economic, social, and environment. And this has been very much the framework. But what is more important is, at the end of the day, all these 3 pillars interact with each other. They all support each other, the three pillars, social, economic, and environment. But what exactly is the leading pillar? The leading pillar is the economic development. And it's normally supported by the political or the government. But what exactly they're trying to reduce is environmental impact. And what they want to increase is to having a social impact that gives positive resonance to the environment. So what we want to see now is whatever the need of the society in building up business, the business must be a sustainable business. In other words, it does not only care for making money, it still has to have that social responsibility, fall under their corporate responsibility. To a certain extent, they report back under their sustainability reporting to show that what are the areas that they have put impact to the environment. So that is the framework that we want to share. And that skill, it is not taught anywhere else, neither in the university nor in any other colleges. It is a professional certificate. Just like any other professional certification for competency, green project management is a certification program for people to have a tool to then understand how to follow the framework and then come up with a solution and then come up with the report. So what we want to see